Hello everyone, this week's Parashat Tavo, has an insanely important pasuk, especially for the Hasidic movement, as this one pasuk kind of changes the entire Torah and the entire understanding of the Hasidic philosophy, and this one pasuk in a way birthed the Hasidic philosophy. In the sixth Aliyah, it has a list of terrible curses, terrible things that will happen to Am Yisrael. And it says, and when you are pondering on this and saying, why are all these terrible things happening to me? You will realize that all of these things are happening Tachat asher lo avadeta et Hashem Elokecha b'simcha uvetuv levav merov kol. You will see that these things are happening to you because you did not worship Hashem from a place of happiness when you had everything. So if you look at the different rabbis' commentaries throughout the generations, you see that there's a period of time where the answer is the first part of the pasuk. It's the first part, it's an important part. You did not worship Hashem. Done. Because you didn't worship Hashem, therefore you are being punished. You went astray, and therefore all of these bad things are happening to you. Then you see another class of a school of thought that says it's not that you didn't worship Hashem, it's you stopped worshiping Hashem from a place of when you had everything. It says merov kol. When you had everything, that's when you stopped worshiping Hashem. In other words, there's no atheists in a foxhole. When things are bad, all of us band together. But when things are good, that's when people kind of slack off. So when I see that everything happens for me, then I stop worshiping God. It's the guy standing in the parking lot, rushing for a meeting, and he can't find parking, and he says, God, please help me find a parking spot. If you help me find a parking spot, I promise I will keep Shabbos. I will daven 3 times a day. I will keep kosher. I will do everything. And as he finishes praying, a person pulls out of the parking spot and says, no, don't worry, God, I got it, right? So when you get everything that you need, then you stop worshiping God, then you stop praying, and then the Hasidic movement comes and says, how do we miss that crucial, central part of the Parsha, of the Pasuk, that says, Beshimcha, out of joy, out of happiness? How do we miss this? The Torah tells us, the Torah says, you worshipped Hashem, but you did it begrudgingly. You did it because you felt like you were forced to do it. There is a set of laws, I must do them, and you say, wait 1 second. What does Hashem want? Hashem wants a relationship? Hashem wants us to connect with Him? That's what Hashem is asking for? So I need to do it from a place of joy and happiness. I can do the same action just to do a check next to it. Did I daven today? Check. Did I make blessings today? Check. Did I did I go to shul? Did I keep Shabbat? All of those things are checks, right? But am I doing that as a checklist, or am I doing it because I want to, because I want to have that connection with Hashem, because I would like to have a beautiful relationship? So Hashem says, when you treat me like this, when you say, I'm doing it just because it says to do so, and not that that's not important in and of itself, but then our relationship becomes so superficial that, yeah, these things happen. And the Hasidic movement says we need to bring back one of the things that we actually read a few weeks ago of what does Hashem want from you? To love Him, respect Him. Hashem wants that relationship. So if we're just doing things because we are told to do so, we're kind of missing the point of the mitzvahs. The point of the mitzvahs is the relationship, and the mitzvahs is the tools to get that relationship. We are again going into the high holidays, that time where we are reigniting that relationship with Hashem. We need to remember that when we're preparing for the Chagim, that this is a relationship, and maybe we've neglected our part in the relationship, and we need to start that up again. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.